purpose of it is for the group to get better and better and better by continuously learning and adapting, right? So it uses the concept of inspect and adapt, which is a Scrum concept, or the Deming principle of actually looking at something, reflecting on it, and then creating new actions, right? So here's the rules. Very, very simple, right? So instead of doing one big team, we're actually going to do 2 teams because it just will learn faster. That's my hypothesis. We'll see what happens. So we'll have one group here, and you're going to kind of self-organize, kind of one of those agile ways of doing things. The ball must have airtime. So if I pass the ball to Bjorn like that, I failed. That means it wouldn't work. There has to be airtime, right? I have to drop it, he has to catch it. There has to be air between our hands, right? Make sense? Everybody has to touch the ball. So if you skip someone, that ball won't count. So it's basically the ball has to go through the entire system, right? So if there's 3 of us here, all of us have to touch it. Every time it goes through that system, that will be 1 time, right? That's how we count it. If there's someone to your left or your right, you can't pass it to them. So you have to skip that person somehow. Make sense so far? And you'll talk about it. We'll have a phase where actually we're doing, we'll have a phase where we're actually reflecting, looking back, and trying to improve it and go again. And then of course there's 5 rounds. Any questions about this? Outside of these rules, you can be as innovative or creative as you like. So we're going to expect some really interesting, crazy things. On this side, the playbook is basically what we're in right now, right? So we did an intro. We're looking at the rules in the playbook right now. You're going to have 2 minutes to actually prepare in each group. We're going to split evenly as possible in terms of just numbers. And in those 2 minutes, you're just going to talk about what would it look like to get it done. Where's it going to start? Where's it going to end? How are we going to know that it actually works? Are we going lines, circles, up and down, however you want to do it, you decide. And then in each of the rounds, we're going to estimate, which is what these are, right? So how many balls do you think you can get through the system in that period of time? So each iteration is 2 minutes. 2 minutes is really, really, really short. For what it's worth, I've seen really, really big numbers, right? So in a 2-minute iteration, you can move. Then you'll stop, you put all the balls back together, and you put a number up. And say, okay, well, we estimated, I don't know, 20. Well, we dropped 5, and how many did we actually get through? Well, we got 10 which we got through. Okay, so there's the numbers. And any notes that happened. And then we'll do a 1-minute retrospective, 1 minute, to actually say, okay, I did all this, how are we gonna get better? What happened? Oh, there was a delay there, there's a problem here, oh, I got confused, and so on. That's the basic gist of this. And then, of course, we'll do a debrief and then just have an open conversation. Any questions about this? It's really important you understand these 2 pieces for us to do this well. Make sense? Yeah. For what it's worth, I did this with a bunch. I work at ADP, which is like a payroll company. Recently joined there, and I did it with a bunch of the leaders. And the leaders are all like, directors and VPs and managers and so on. And man, did they get competitive, and did they break these rules constantly? Leaders are so funny that way, right? They want you to stay within the rules, but they don't want to actually follow the rules. So we're going to try to stay within the rules, if possible, while innovating within that structure, which is very common to actually having Scrum or any Agile framework. There's a very simple framework, but within that you can do lots and lots of innovation, right? Make sense? Yes. So can you make sure you have even numbers on either side? Stand up and move the chairs out of the way. Balls for your team. Do a quick count to make sure you have roughly that. You might want to put the chairs right against. You're going to do a lot of moving, so you don't know where the chairs need to be yet. You're going to film the whole thing?
Try to.
Yeah, I'm going to film some too. You should also do this. I'm going to film some stuff too. So you should be in there.
All right.
When it starts, I'll start filming. And then
okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Yes.